Bienvenidos a Desde Cero. Welcome to Right From the Start. I am your host, Manuel Longoria. Today on the podcast, we are talking to life insurance agent and financial advisor and my cousin, Susana Garcia. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Well, welcome to the podcast, and let's get to know you a little bit. Where were you born?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm born in Rio Grande City, Texas.
Rio Grande City. And where did you grow up?
A little bit of everywhere.
Tell me about all the cities you moved to. Because you traveled a lot, didn't you?
A lot. So, started Rio Grande City. I think a few days after we moved to Bryan here. Right. I remember kindergarten. Then we moved to Connecticut. That was beautiful. It was crazy. Right. Rhode Island.
And that's because of work, right?
Yes.
Your parents' work.
Mm-hmm. My father. And we traveled with him. Everyone thought we were Navy babies, is what they would call us. And right. I'm like, no, my dad's just, he works.
He works. He moves around. He moved around a lot.
Yeah, he did. After Rhode Island, we moved back to Bryan, back to the Valley, then back to Bryan. In the 90s, we moved finally to Virginia, to Northern Virginia, Manassas, and settled there for a few years. My father's still there.
Right.
And then I moved back. I decided to come back.
Right. When did you decide to settle here in Bryan College Station?
It was now 18 years ago, so early 2000s.
And are your kids all born here?
No, 2 are born in Virginia. Angelica and Andrew, my oldest 2.
What are all their names?
So I have 7.
7 children?
7. Angelica, Andrew, Anthony, Jesse, Gabriel, Evelyn, and Abigail.
Good job.
Thank you. Don't ask for the birth dates. That's when I stutter.
Well, before we get going, I'd like to remind everybody to please subscribe to YouTube and please help us grow and keep the channel going and have cool guests like my cousin here, Susana Garcia, right? Susana, so let's get going on the conversation. What do you do?
So I am I'm an independent licensed life insurance agent. I work from home. I own my own business. And being a life agent is the last service I've added since I started my business a couple of years ago. I'm a tax preparer, bilingual services, Notary public, and I work with a lot of self-contractors to help start up businesses.
Okay. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that later on, and that's called, I believe your business is called 7.
Yes, 7 Financial.
We're going to talk about that, but right now I want to talk about life insurance and the importance of the value of having life insurance. What is life insurance?
So a life insurance policy is a contract between you and a life insurance carrier. And so you agree to receive X amount of money upon your death, your beneficiary, if you make your premium payments on time. And so it comes with many different benefits. Okay,
and who needs life insurance?
Well, homeowners, if you're trying to, say something were to happen to you, who's going to pay for your home? And you don't want to leave that financial burden on your family. So anyone owning a home, business owners, it's good. A lot of people don't know this, but you can buy, certain states allow to purchase a policy on an essential employee. Say something happens to that employee, your business is covered because you get the amount for their salary X so many years or times so many years. So it's a lot of different groups. Anyone that would need help having those final expenses for your funeral.
Right. So what are the pros of having life insurance?
Let me read that really quick because I have a good list here.
You brought notes?
I did. You have to be organized.
Right.
So, also, who needs life insurance? Individuals who only have a policy through their employer, because it's not guaranteed. If you get let go or you retire, you don't have a policy
anymore,
at that.
Right? Okay.
So, pros, it's tax or it's tax-free cash payout to the beneficiary. So they don't have to pay taxes once you pass. They receive that lump sum tax-free.
Okay.
Another financial protection for your family. It's cheap enough. It fits almost every budget. Okay. The amount that you pay per month determines the full death benefit that you would receive. Some of the policies also add cash value, so that's a pro as well.
Okay. What are the cons? Are there cons of having the?
Well, most
bad
of the cons are it could be expensive if you start a policy later in life, just due to age and also any health conditions you may have. Another con is being misled and being given misinformation. So a lot of agents, if we are not trained properly or keeping up with what's new out there, we can't offer the best product.
Oh, I see. Okay. How much life insurance do you need?
It depends on everyone's own personal wants and needs. So there is
there's multiple. There's death benefits, disability, disease, accident benefits, and different types of life insurance. Is that right?
Yes, those are called riders. So basically, you purchase your policy and say you're paying $100 a month for $500,000 death benefit. Well, with those, you will have automatically living benefits for most policies. Some things to look out for would be how the length of the policy itself. So a lot of companies won't tell you that it's only for 30 years. So that's called a term policy. It will expire. But they come with living benefits. Say you become sick or you have a heart attack. You can use up to 80% of your death benefits to cover any expenses. They won't ask you questions. They will write you a check for that difference. Okay. But the riders, so you have a child rider. Say I purchase a policy for myself, but I pay $5 more a month, and now each child under the age of 18 can obtain, or if something happens to them, I would have $20,000 or so, whatever X amount I choose for funeral expenses for them. Because what parent wants, to go through something like that? A policy will protect that part. So there's different riders. The disability rider is another one. You become disabled, you're able to use your death benefit to use until the disability is gone. If it's something that, you can get back to normal or as you were before being disabled. So there's a lot of different riders, a lot of different situations.
How do you get life insurance?
You go through a life agent. Yes, you go through life agents such as myself. You contact, I do recommend to shop around. Don't just go to one. A lot of people go to just one company because they bundle, your car, your home, your everything life. And that's good. But shop around because, for instance, life agents like myself, independent, we have access to over 20 to 30 different carriers. So we can actually do the shopping for you and come up with different quotes.
Okay. So do we need life insurance?
Yes, for any different reason.
Okay. So you're a life insurance agent. What makes a good insurance agent?
Someone that's transparent, someone that is picking up the phone, saying that's available, whether it's 8 to 5 or it's in the evening and on the weekends. That someone that you feel comfortable explaining any type of financial situation.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this is your business, right?
Yes.
What gets you going every day?
My wants for my children, for their future, their success. I had my first very young. I was a teen mom, and I started college, but I couldn't finish. As an adult, I already had my 7 children when I tried, and I said, okay, I need to do something for them, for myself, to be an example I always thought you have to go to college to, you know, have that, just that growth in your family to do better than the previous generation. But one thing that I did see with our family is a lot of entrepreneurship. And it finally clicked in doing sales at a previous job at Express.
Right.
I said, wait a minute, why don't I sell my service? People would go see me at Express. They would work with me. And so I said, I'm going to sell. I started doing Notary Public. That was the first thing. So let me get my little stamp. And I got it, and it worked. From there, people ask me.
Right. And you'd be surprised how many people need a notary, right? A notary public.
You know, when the most need I see, I'll get calls from the hospital. People who did not do a power of attorney, who don't have a living will. Right. And so they need me to go into ICU because at that moment, the patient can speak and is coherent enough to sign. So it's very different situations.
Okay, I see. Mm-hmm. Do you recruit for new insurance agents?
I have in the past.
Because I've seen some posts on Facebook that you put on, and hey, you know, come see me if you want to learn how to sell life insurance.
Yes, it's selling. It's offering such good service to the public. If you are a type of person that volunteers, that wants people to learn, it's good for you. And I also do it because I see a lot of people that offer product. And it's great, you know, a hair product, a makeup product, but there's so much more into life insurance. It can really change a life, a future generation. And I see the potential in people, and it's like, why not do something part-time even, you know, that you enjoy doing, just talking to people and seeing good outcomes.
Right, okay. How's that going?
And the commission's great, by the way. So,
Alex, you want to sell life insurance?
It's a state test. We'll train you.
Anything else you want to add about life insurance?
Well, I just want people to understand the value of having life insurance. A lot of people have a mindset of, well, my children can take care of that burden, or I can't afford it. You know, just ask questions. It's okay. Right. If we were all meant to know this information, we would be born with this knowledge. So it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to say, I can't afford that right now, but I can afford this.
Right. Before we get into the next thing, at the beginning of the podcast, I mentioned that we were cousins.
Yes.
Right. And one of the things that always kept us together, and I want to talk about, is our grandma, Abuela Ofelia. What memories do you have? What's your favorite memory of Abuela Ofelia?
I would say, excuse me, I'm going to cough.
Go ahead.
We went to Dallas, and it was cold this last weekend. We were there for Angelica. So Abuela Ofelia's memories are the best, or when you walked into her door and she just said, Mija, you know, just so excited to see you all the time, and right away want to feed you, of course.
And she was always playing dominoes.
Always playing dominoes. She actually taught
that's
me.
One of your memories, right, Alex? Her playing dominoes all the time.
That's all of our kids' memories. And tortillas.
Yeah. One of our favorite memories is because we were like the first generation of cousins, and so I remember us going to Mexico, to her house in Mexico.
Wow!
And we would get there, and she was just, you know, we got nice grandma.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and she would have us all there, and we used to spend the night there, and we used to play games, and she taught us a bunch of stuff, and her garden in the back, and it was just great memories, and you know, to this day, I think we all still miss her.
Oh yes.
Right. What you got a best story of Abuela Ofelia?
I've got so many good stories. It all depends. So, I would say the best story I have is the more serious note is just her giving me advice while laying with her in bed. Right. She would say, "Acuéstate, mija," and so she would like to lay like this, you know, and I'd lay on one side, she'd lay on the other. We're just facing each other, and she's just giving me these lessons, this advice, you know, of how to be a good mother, of no matter what, you will be a mother as long as your kids are there, and and that's what comes first.
Right.
And those are just that's a memory I have of her that I will never get out of my head.
Right. I think my favorite thing about Grandma Abuela Ofelia was when Stephanie and Lisette died. She told me the story of because I was named after her son that passed away too, Manuel Ramon Garcia, and I think your brother's name is the same, right? So
yes.
you know, she told me the story of her dream. She used to have dreams. She used to cry for him a lot, and she had a dream of Tio Meme was what his name was, like danced in like an acid because that was her tears. Oh. And she, in her dreams, he told her to stop crying because it was hurting her. Yeah. And that helped me get through that depression and that sadness. And you know, hey, you got to keep going because she got to live. You know, and that's one of my favorite. But man, she was awesome, and she brought us all together. And I guess we still miss her to this day.
Yes.
I think we have a Facebook page called Memories of Abuela Ofelia, right?
Yes, and I think we all need to do better to get back in there.
Right,
just
we
throw these memories.
all start need to post a little bit
even
more.
if they're repeats, they're great memories to just come back to.
So let's talk about, I like to ask everybody what their favorite movies are. What are your top 5 favorite movies?
So with number 1, 50 First Dates. Adam Sandler.
Are they all going to be girl movies?
No. Rob Schneider is
Rob Schneider's
funny. That's why.
50 First Dates.
I love him. Second would have to be American History X.
Oh, okay.
That one's a really good movie.
Right.
The Help.
Okay.
The Help is good.
I've seen all those so far.
Yeah. And then we have anything scary, like horror movies, Exorcist, old
Exorcist
school.
is right there.
It is.
And then the number 5.
What is my 5th one? See, that's the least favorite.
Right.
I went from best. I put it right here.
You make notes?
Titanic.
Oh, the Titanic.
Titanic,
right.
I was pregnant when it came out with Angelica.
Oh, okay.
And I was so emotional. So I had to go watch it over and over at the movie theater.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's why I make billions. People kept watching it over.
We did.
So, all right. Well, let's get into your business. It's called 7 Financial Services.
Yes.
Tell me about your business.
Well, I have a home office from my home. I'm located near downtown Bryan, off 28th Street. And I'm open throughout the day and also in the evenings and on the weekends. Because I have a home office, I work from home, I pretty much accommodate to my client's schedule. I'm able to do that. I have that flexibility right now. And we work on different needs. Right. For instance, I had a lot of people come to me to transfer their funds from retirement from stock funds over to IRAs. So I worked on that. I'm a tax preparer as well. Notary services, bilingual services. I also create a lot of documents, power of attorneys, wills, living wills, and I offer a lot of workshops.
Okay. So on your business card, it says business startups, taxes, bilingual services, and notary public.
Yes.
All right. Let's go with business startups. What do you offer?
So business startup, I speak with a lot of self-contractors or individuals that they don't even know that they're contractors. A lot of people don't have social security numbers, so I start with obtaining their I-10s so that they can legally open their LLC or DBA, whichever they choose.
So these are people that kind of doing remodels and and doing cabinets and this and that and mowing lawns and stuff, and you help them start their business.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, and I also start their website, their emails.
Okay.
Get them set up.
And taxes. Tell me about your taxes.
So taxes.
Not your taxes, but the business.
So I am a tax preparer for businesses, self-contractors, and individuals. Okay. I also can work on amendments and I-10s and just different tax forms that come through.
Okay. Bilingual services.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Bilingual services. That's fun. I go to...
Because we all had a lot of practice growing up, right?
Yes.
We were the 5-year-olds translating.
Oh, my goodness.
Important
at
documents
the doctor's office.
to our parents.
Important document, house deeds.
Right.
And so that's what I do. I go and I help with all the questions, reading letters, translating documents, certified documents, and just help with any type of questions or with resources. I provide a lot of resources when it comes to the bilingual service.
Okay. And then the Notary Public, I think you went over that already. And this is called 7 Financial Services. How can people reach you?
They can reach me by phone, through social media. I'm working on my website currently at the moment, so I hope to have that up within the next month or so.
All right. Well, that's good. What else do you want to add to your conversation?
Besides how awesome you are?
Yeah. Besides that, we all know that.
No, I just wanted to just again emphasize how important life insurance is. And again, if you have questions, just feel free to reach out to any life agent that you feel comfortable with.
Right. But you're the one, right?
But I'm the one.
All right.
I'm also licensed in Kentucky and Virginia.
Oh, okay. That's nice to know. And what's your phone number?
979, my cell 979-446-4832. The office number is 800-540-4358.
Okay.
I think that's it. Might be wrong with the office.
Well, you send it to me and we'll put it on.
Yeah, we'll put it on because I can't remember.
We'll put it here and we'll put it on the description on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay. What else you want to add to the podcast?
Well, I wanted to say thank you for having me here. I really do enjoy giving back to the community. I do volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. I'm part of the Family Selection Committee. I think that's a great cause. If anybody wants to donate to them, look them up. It's Bryan College Station, Habitat for Humanity. And I think that's pretty much it.
Well, let's. I want to take this time to let you mention your kid's Spotify channel. He's a musician, right? They're becoming musicians like their bigger cousins.
Yes.
Right?
So
tell me about that.
It's got to be in the blood. So my son, he's very talented. He's New Drew on Spotify, and he's on YouTube as well. And I think Drew is DRU. So New Drew.
New Drew. Mm-hmm. He's on YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
Hey Alex, can you put on a video?
It's rated R for the most part.
Oh, is it?
There's a couple that aren't.
We'll look it up and we'll put a link on that too.
Yes.
And what kind of music do they play?
Well, he plays, I don't even know what to call it. It's more new, like underground, I guess.
But is it like kind of rock? Is it?
It's like a mixture of rock and rap.
Okay.
I think it's different. It's got a you'll see it.
Techno.
Not even techno. It's like he's got a couple that are more like radio music, like dance too. It's called After Midnight. I think that one's pretty good.
Is that it? All right, we go.
Yes, that's what I said. Rated.
Yeah, I see that.
He's like,
Yeah, we'll put it up and tell him to keep grinding and keep going and
yeah.
And
I've bought him microphones that I didn't know they were that expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, tell him to keep grinding and keep having fun with it. You know, if you keep having fun, things are going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Any shout outs you want to send out?
I want to shout out to, of course, my kiddos, all of them, Angelica, Andrew, everybody. I love you. Joe Ross, my fiance. I'm actually getting married October 7th, so I will send you the save the dates.
All right. We need a dance.
It'll be fun. And then shout out to my parents and my dad and my mom. My dad's in Virginia. My mom's in Kentucky. And all my siblings. What's up? Shout out to my Aunt Lola. She really helps me out. Yeah. Man, like she's my ride or die. We just, I help babysit my grandson while doing all this. Andrew has a baby. He's a year and a half. His name's Hero Rodriguez. Nice. And, I have to run errands sometimes, go somewhere, and she's like, come on, I'll go with you. She stays with Hero and keeps him busy. So shout out to her.
Okay.
Couldn't do my business without her and Joe Ross for sure, and the kids.
Well, so everybody out there, if you need life insurance, contact Susana Garcia at 7, correct? That's the business name.
7.
Where'd you get that name?
I think my kids it was an inspiration by my kids.
7 kids, huh?
Yeah. My dad said, I cannot have another child because then I have to change the name of my business.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming here and telling me everything we need to know about life insurance. And if you need life insurance, go to Susana.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here. And we'll see y'all next time. And thank you.
Thank you.